see what he can do in the midst of unbelievers, on the leading edge with his word, his power, his grace, and his mercy. For God's sakes, we're Lutheran. This is what we know.
Wittenberg Project, like, comment, subscribe. So I just read this article by Beth Allison Barr. She's a professor of theology. It's about the abortion issue, but also being like caring for the mothers and the issue with the babies in a sense. And I try to be informed, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really use this channel as or even none of my social media to be, oh, I'm so pro-life or I'm so this, I'm so that. But I do like to follow up and let's get to it. So I'm reading her article and she covers something where she talks about how during her pregnancy, she was lucky to be white. I'm like, well, what? Right? But let's keep going. But then she mentioned a devastating fact that black women are 3 times to 4 times more likely to experience death during giving birth than white women. I'm like, wow, like that's horrendous. Like when you hear that figure 3 to 4 times, you're like, man, what? So I'm like, whoa, struck to the core, Then I'm like, okay, hold up, I play with numbers for a living, I that's what I do for my living, you know what I'm saying? So I clicked the link, the other little sublink in the article to get more details on this stat to see like this is why is this here? Then I realized, nah, let me not go to the link that she wants. Let me go do my own link to, and I come to see that it's 44 deaths per 100,000. Not 44 out of 100, like 44%. No, 44 deaths per 100,000 births. Less than 1%. And I'm like, and then I'm starting to realize, like no offense, Miss Beth Allison Barr, but don't use my race to justify you being okay with murder of babies. That's all I want to say. Like, I would respect a stance more if you were just saying, I mean, you're okay with it. Like, don't try to use, and I get it, you probably read something and saw that figure and was like, oh, wow, and probably was struck like I was struck. But you as an educated professor in theology, you know context and things of that nature, you have to look that up. Like 100,000, we're going to use that as part of a basis to justify the murder of 99.2% of the total black abortions, or that's crazy. At least to me, that's crazy. Like I said, and then I'm lucky I'm white. This whole era we're in is crazy. Like, I'll be honest. When I was married, we were on WIC one time. If you don't know what WIC is, go look it up. You know what I'm saying? I lost my job, and we had to hop on it. When I tell you I had more food in my fridge on WIC than I ever did having a good job, like, we had 2 kids, and I was getting like, I think it was close to like $800 a month just for groceries. Just for groceries. Now, some people are like, $800, that's nothing. I spend this. Don't always use yourself as a comparison point, okay? There's people in third world countries, not even third world, up higher than that don't spend that much on food or produce, and you can do it in ratio to cost of living or whatever you want to. It's just that we're so comfortable in our glutton, greedful, fat society that we think that, I have to be ingesting $200 worth of groceries a week. No, bro, you don't. Especially if you have kids and you're trying to budget, you're trying to accomplish something. Let me get started on that aspect. I'm just saying, you end up with a lot of resources to take care of things, And then she's like, I'm lucky I'm white, because I'll put the quote up. And that's when she goes into I have a good job and this and this, this and this. And then later on in the article, it's like majority of black people, black mothers. But, don't pity us. Don't pity us. Like, I'm sorry, like, you don't have to have a great job to have a baby. It's plenty of poor people. Like, you almost go down the slippery slope of classism. Like, oh, you're in poverty, you can't have a baby. What? No, no. Or the cost of healthcare and this and that nature. Yes, healthcare costs a lot. So address that rather than address, okay, well, so let's murder these people. Let's get them out of here, because you could do the same thing with cancer. A lot of people can't afford the best cancer treatment. They can't. They can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? Should we just killed all of them? Like, there's other things that it's just crazy. The main point is don't use a person's race or a racial dynamic to justify this type of stance. It's sickening. And then you go into the article goes into the aspect of, well, this percent of black evangelicals that are just as devoted as white evangelicals support abortion. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I don't really agree with that stat. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure that stat's based on some numbers, probably just like the 3 times number, a skewed stat. But here's my rebuttal for that. Not rebuttal, my question, I would say. A lot of people on this side of the pro-death, pro-abortion side agree that systematic racism is a thing. That systems can have prejudicial and racist tones to it. I'm not going to sit here and get on my CRT hype or nothing like that because I'm not really, like I said in a different article, I don't really care. I don't really care about CRT. I don't. We have opposed racism and found ways to do it without new systems that were banking it all on. So for it or against it, leave that to the side. A lot of them do agree with that type of thought process. So instead of just grabbing this figure, why not be honest with the stance and say, you know what? Maybe that big percentage that we found in the black community that supports abortion has been impacted by systematic racism. And they believe this is true because of the systematic racism that's been imposed on them. What systematic racism, one might say? Go look at the founder of Planned Parenthood stance and the reason why she put a lot of abortion clinics in black and brown neighborhoods. The reason why she wanted to exterminate or euthanize the black population. I'm not trying to do some conspiracy theory. It's literally her own paper that she wrote. When you see the title of it, you're like, whoa, what? Like the Negro Project or something like that. To exterminate that. Like when you know that's the foundational point of this system, why are you minority loving, empowering the black community, liberals, not using that same logic for this? Because it doesn't fit your agenda. Like it literally, the person who started Planned Parenthood and a big pusher of it, who is celebrated by many, is saying that, I'm doing this to kill black babies. Get them out of here. You don't think that, like, they didn't just come to the hood and say that to people. They didn't just come to the black neighborhood saying, I'm putting this death clinic down the street and not in Beverly Hills because I want your babies to die. 100%. I'm here to kill black babies. They didn't come there with that selling point. They came there with other stuff. Maybe that other selling point is the reason for that. And I'm not even saying I agree with the thing I just laid out. I'm just saying it's hypocritical on your side to use that. So in this article, it's used that black women are 3 times to 4 times more likely to die in pregnancy. 22 people out of 100,000. Like the tears almost came out and then it goes right back in like, yo, bro, what? It's 22 deaths is still a lot of deaths. It's too many deaths, But I'm not going to use a less than 1% stat to justify all the other deaths of black women. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, it's like it's turning into a racial thing when it's not. That number is so low, okay? Then we have the aspect of, they're uninsured and they make less money and they can't get good health care and this because they're poor. It's not worded that way, but that's what it translates to. And it's not true. Like, poor people can have babies too. Like, I'm not going to sit here and get like even, I hate saying that because it sounds like I agree that black people are poor. We should be pitied. No. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And the healthcare aspect, another note. I wouldn't even go there. I wouldn't even go there because she went into the aspect of women having to pay for their own health care and this and that. And she mentions that like a lot of Christians disagree that they don't think that's fair and this and that, you know. But it's funny that the same people who are like, my choice, my body, the father gets no say in anything that happens because it's her choice, her body. 100%. It's ownership of their body, their choice. But then you want to say, but the cost of my choice, my body is 50% yours. Like, whoa, hold up. It's our baby from the gate. So he should have duties and responsibilities to help with the pregnancy, the cost of it, the comfort of the I would say wife, but in today's society, you never know, of the lady who's pregnant. But you can't sit here and say all the responsibilities and all the decisions fall on me. So you have no say if I murder or not, or give the child up for adoption or not, or this or that. But you are mandatory to do this for me. Nah, I can't rock with that. But that's off topic. You go from from those standpoints to justify it in regards to the black community. That's a big basis of your argument. And I don't think that's right. I'd rather you use the rape incest angle, where if a mother's been raped, you might allow abortion. You understand, even though that's still like 1%, 2%. That's still major drastic lowering of the bar. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking the most minute thing to justify the majority. Like, for instance, it's like saying some people signed up to be indentured servants, which is a form of slavery. Some people signed up for it. So slavery is justified. It's like that stance. You know what I'm saying? A small percentage of the overall figure is okay with it. So we're just going to ignore the rest of the scenario and playing field. No. You don't stop doing that. You're grabbing like literally, if let's say hypothetically, it's 500,000 abortions. Number's probably low. Okay. You get four people that die in abortion. And you say, oh, nah. Matter of fact, and for anyone watching this, the two people who watch it, be careful with numbers. Be careful with stats and just falsely believe in them without trying to understand the basis of the statistic that came up with. Because you can prove anything. You can use stats and skew a number to do anything. The number will be mathematically true, but it won't represent what the intended point is. Like if I was to say that, and this whole thing's a made up scenario. If I was to say Asian people are 3 times more likely to die while drinking water than white people. My gosh. That's horrible. It's horrible. 3 times? And then you see, okay, how did they get that number? And then you might look at the research and see that, okay, one person in the USA died. One white person died from drinking water. One white person. 3 Asians died from drinking water. So instead of me saying, 3 people died, I'm going to say 3 times more likely. Makes it sound more grand. And then I'm going to go get some picket signs and I'm going to go say, let's protest the water plant. We got to stop this. Drink soda. Be careful with numbers. Like literally, because I was shocked when I read an article, I'm seeing 4 times more likely, and we're using that to justify the death, you know what I'm saying, of babies. And I'm not saying even one, if we can make it so no one died during childbirth, I'll be 100% ecstatic about it. 100% ecstatic about it. It's not going to happen, but I'll be ecstatic. But we have to almost say to medicine, like, man, y'all limited it down to that figure. Let's keep going lower, but good job. Not that figure's there, less than 1%. less than 1%, we gotta allow them to kill everybody, man. We gotta allow them to kill everybody. Come on, man. Like, and I'm not trying to say Beth Allison Barr is racist. I don't know the lady. I'm not reformed. I shouldn't say that, but I'm pretty sure she's reformed or Baptist, or just because of the college my race she went to. It doesn't do with my disagreement with those theological systems either. I'm just saying, be careful when you cite these things to justify it. If most of your argument is based upon a racial dynamic, yo, like I said, don't pity us. Don't pity us. You know what I'm saying? My people, and I don't want to get in my bag, but I will. You know what I'm saying? My people are very strong people. Yo, we didn't come here, I won't say by choice, because it wasn't by choice. We didn't come here with anything. So let's not make it sound like, oh, now that we don't have money, we're so weak and feeble. That my race or ethnicity, whatever you want to call it, didn't die off due to the atrocity called slavery. We fought through it. We had babies. We had families. We grew. And look where we're at now. Look where we're at now. So don't use this, oh, they're so poor. They don't have insurance. Let them murder their babies. No, let's not go that route. My people are strong and persistent. And majority of our culture here, we haven't had those things. You know, so you want to hint at systematic racism throughout the article in different little pieces of why this and this and this and this. They don't have access to this and this. We never had access. And we still made it happen. You know? And to be honest, most of these black women and black men, when they put the Marvin Gaye on and the lights is low, you know what I mean? They know what they're getting into. Like, don't downplay it. They know what they're getting into. Yo, and I hate wording this way, but play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If you're taking the chance of doing baby making activities and you make a baby, I'm not going to sit here and use, oh, he has a job making minimum wage, this and this. Didn't you have that same job before you turned that Marvin Gaye on? Like, you know, I mean, maybe, hey, I'm just saying, like, not even saying that it made a difference if you had or had a job. You decide to engage in this activity. And there's plenty of places in the world where people are having, I've had kids. I don't recommend natural childbirth. I'm saying take the drugs. 100% take the drugs. Get high as a kite and have the baby. I couldn't imagine not doing it with a sober mind, you know. But plenty of places have natural childbirth. If you can't afford the healthcare costs, and that's that big of a deal where you're willing to murder somebody, maybe, you know, or you don't want to go into debt, maybe go that route. Because you already signed up for the... Anyhow, Whitmer Project, please don't use my race to justify this type of stuff. And it's funny because this is one of the main reasons I kind of did this channel, because a lot of people can't talk how I just talked about it, because they come across, they get brushed aside. Oh, he's racist. He can't say that about the black people. He can't do that. Nah. I'm about as pro-black, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? About as pro-black as they come. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't, I don't elevate it over moral and principles. That's a big difference. You know, I'm not going to be a hypocrite just to seem like I'm supporting my people in a sense. No. But I do support it, and I won't let people just randomly throw accusations or justifications. Like, if I was to say black people are more, I had this on my timeline one time, black people are more violent than this. No, I'm not having it, you know? But if you really think about it, it's the same type of twisted logic that is being used to support the devil. Anyhow, like, comment, subscribe.